What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerry from the official Vans. I even started this story time. I got like a few announcements to make. This is my basketball story of like saying goodbye to basketball. I'm gonna do like 3 or 4 parts to this story because it's like a long journey. I've been playing basketball since I was like 6, 7 years old, and I'm like 19 now. So the journey ended like my senior year of high school. I feel still play recreationally. The long series really ended like around that time. With the story time, you know what I always say, please like, comment, subscribe. And to like make other parts of this story, it's really gonna be up to you guys. If you don't know, viral on TikTok, I got like a lot of views on my videos, so I'm kind of happy about that, because I do put a lot of work on that platform too to help YouTube. If you didn't see the public interview, that went crazy too. We want to end the year on a banger. I think that for sure. Let's get that to like at least 100 or 200 views, and we're gonna hit that with another part 2, another public interview for you. I'm biased, you know, I'm gonna keep grinding. 2022, I'm going crazy. Monetize, right? By May, cut off all my hair. Clean cut. Good, G. Oh.
How do you handle fame?
I handle fame by not being famous.
Start this off like how I grew up. I grew up in Orange, New Jersey. Yes, at that time, Orange was like the hood. I didn't see that part, so I see that with the story, because I never was a kid to like go outside and like play with the boys and like see certain stuff like okay, like this and this. Like I never was that kid. I never got to play outside. Who was in my backyard and that was it. I never got to play outside, hang out with the boys and play. So my only time to play basketball was basic recess. That was it. Recess was a very like important time for me, because for 30 minutes like I just got to go free and like play basketball. Even if I wasn't really that good or anything, I got to play with my friends. Like, I was first and second grade, I was playing with them and I was having fun with the game. I was really like happy to play, and I don't even think first and second grade I had at the backyard. So basically I really had to rely on just playing at recess. I never really got to go outside and hang out. Like I said, I had to play at recess. That was the only thing I got to play. 3rd grade was the big year for me. It really became like a reality check for me, because dude, the street elementary school finally said that 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade can be like one giant team all together before you enter middle school, right? So you could have like an elementary school team. So they had an elementary school team. I heard about it and I was like, yeah, I'm finally in 3rd grade. I can finally join and participate in this team.
It's about damn time.
I was excited. Like I was really excited, because I think I've been waiting 2 years before, and I know 3rd grade was going to be the year, so I was ready to really practice or anything like that. I just loved the game. Like I just really fell in love with it, and I just really wanted to play and make the team, basically, because I know once I made the team I was going to play more, and that was going to lead to me getting better and stuff like that, right? They came, I was excited and stuff like that. I remember going inside the gym was packed. I'm talking about, and the trial was free. It wasn't like AAU teams where you have to like pay money and stuff like that or get selected. It was packed, free, public team. Anybody want to join, try out, you can. So the gym was packed, and I remember the gym was packed, and I just really was like, damn, like, oh damn, this is like whole school. Like this is basically the whole school. Like, so basically they already separated. They already figured out that the 5th graders obviously were going to be more advanced, because they were just orders. So that's just kind of how it is, unless you have like a prodigy in 4th and 3rd grade. So they separate all the 5th graders on one court. When they did that, it was still packed on the other side of the court, the 3rd and 4th graders. So I remember they started off with something simple, because like a layup line in 3rd and 4th grade, you really can separate who can play and who can't, because it's a layup. Then it's going to be really hard for you to play basketball. I'm knowing this now, but back then, I just had a love for the game. So I remember I couldn't even like lift the ball like to shoot it. I heard his memory. I remember my dad, like I'm looking over at my dad, and my dad was just smirking. Like he knew I wasn't ready. Like he knew I wasn't like ready to be on the team or anything like that. I just needed those. But the thing that made us mad is that they already had the team decided. So I basically went there for nothing. Like it just was a waste of time. They already had the teams picked out before the tryout. So all those like 60, 70 kids are packed in the gym, big layup line. It was just for like no reason, because they already had the team selected. So I explained that moment so detailed, because that moment really pushed me angry to this day. Yeah, I wasn't ready. I obviously wasn't ready for a team at all. Everybody knew that. I was not ready for a team. But like that really pushed me like to like get better. It really learned the game for what it is, and like
I love the hustle, man.
That really motivated me to like make other teams be somewhat good. Like I really was like mad at that moment. People that know me know I was mad. Like I was really upset at that moment. Anyways, parents knew that I love basketball. They had me in other things, but basketball was like my love. Like they saw I need to like learn the game, so I need to learn the fundamentals. So the YMCA, I used to swim, and I was good at swimming too. But that's a story for another day. Okay, I was good at swimming too. I had basketball fundamental classes and stuff like that, where you can like learn about basketball and like everything like that. We basically started to sign up for that, and even with that, I was slowly getting the game, but so much because those classes were again a lot of kids. It's just basically like school. Like some kids get it, some don't. You know, I just was the one that didn't get it. Like I wasn't the prodigy at a very young age, Julian Newman, that picked up the sport at a very, very, very young age. Like it took me some time. Third and fourth grade, I kept going to the YMCA, taking those basketball classes. I thought I was more fit for football. Fourth grade, that's when I got introduced more to Don Bosco. Okay, so Don Bosco had like it basically was a center. Like, remember how I used to say, like, I wasn't really allowed to hang out and stuff like that and, like, play basketball with the boys at my school and stuff like that on the street and all that type of stuff. Bosco opened up their church, which had a basketball and all type of stuff for the kids on the street to, like, not be on the street. Like, they can have a place. I was there. I eventually started going every night. It started at 7. It ended at, like, 9 every night. And I never got picked up. Like, it was hard. But I remember just shooting on like one little net on the corner and like, and I had some tough lessons, man. That's how I basically learned like you're just not ready. So I remember going there too during like fourth grade. So fifth grade I moved to Woodbridge. We were just chilling at home, and then we were mailing the Woodbridge recreational sports. So we're like, the Woodbridge recreational basketball. So we never seen this before. Like we're just used to the YMCA school teams. When I figured out my school didn't have a team, I'm just wondering how I'm gonna play basketball. I see this, I'm like, wow, this must be a calling. Boy, if you don't get my mom, she didn't really want to do it. She was like, no, Kevin. Oh, like it's gonna interfere with school. Oh, like are we traveling anywhere? It's recreational. We figured out, right? So we just play at one gym. Another motivation, there was this kid named Donovan on my team that was like really, really good, like compared to other that we were playing against, like on my team. He was the best. And I remember I just wanted to like be better than him because I felt like in my mind I was better, but like obviously how I was playing, I was not better. Another kid named Joey. I knew something was off because like we're blowing everybody out in the recreational like program. Like it was hard to learn a lot, but that's when I slowly started to pick up the game. So like from 4th to 5th grade, I grew like 6 inches in like one summer. Like I had a huge growth spurt. Everybody else, so like it was easier to play. I was slowly starting to pick up the game a little bit more because this is actual games now. Like you're on an actual team. It's not like the YMCA where it's just classes. So I was slowly starting to pick up the game, and I was like, wow, I love it. Even love it even more. So even with that, I remember I was like to like this far park. Like this park was far from my house. I used to ride my bike or even walk sometime just to play at this park, this skate park, just get shots up and stuff. The game, we made it to the championship game. I don't remember. Oh, I just remembered. My coach's name was Jeff. So Jeff, if you're watching this, don't think I forgot about you. All right, now back to the video. Coach, we all made it to the championship game. We got busted, like busted bad. And another thing I thought was funny is that you're gonna see later in the story why I think it was funny. But I thought it was funny. We were blowing everybody out throughout the whole regular season. Finals, we're getting spanked. Like I mean, like like this team is taking us for a ride. We're like, whoa, like this is the real deal. Like the championship. Like I'm like, whoa, like I'm about to get some big trophy. Like this is the rec championship. And it's on a bigger gym, not the small gym we were playing at, like really small. But this is on a big, huge gym, high school gym. I'm like, like we're getting busted. And the two best players on our team, Donovan and Joey, wasn't really caring. So I'm kind of confused. Anyways, right? The pieces together. This is when I start to put the pieces together, right? After practice one day, I'm shooting shots up after practice. Like, go home. I used to get shots up. Like, heavy set. I might cut that out. But comes up to me and he's like, like, try out for the travel team. I'm like, travel team? I'm hearing whispers about that, but I don't really know what that is. Like, anyways, even if I know what it is, like, there's no way my mom's actually gonna let me try out for this travel team. Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. And he's like, just come try out, see what happens. We already have our team, but I want you to come try out. Come on, just come try out. He hands me a paper and he's like, all right, I'll see you later. Please come try out, right? Okay. So I bring this home to my mom. I'm like, getting kind of fast, but like this travel team is going to be like a really big step for me, even like further to where I want to go with this basketball stuff. Because me, just riding my bike to the street here and there, meeting guys, this recreational team isn't enough. Like for me to really, I'm not going to cap to you guys. I want to be in the NBA.
Bitch, are you dumb? Pardon me?
So it won't be enough for me to go to the NBA. So she looks at it, she's like, oh, nah, no way. Like, you're not doing this. You already have your hands full with this recreational team and it's going to interview at school. So I'm like, oh my God. I call my dad and he's like, yo, like, just let him try out, see what happens. He knows I'm going to make it. Cause he knows I want to come in there prepared to make it. Like, there's no way. He knows how much I love the sport, so he just kept it on the phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, see if he makes it. Like it's not a big of a deal. It's a travel team. It's team I is promising like won't interfere at school." And then Annie, which is the guy that came out to me, he's talking to her on the phone too. He calls her. So I'm like, damn, bro, this man must really want me to try out, right? So grade rec, and then I have 6th grade travel. So I travel just team. The rec trial was packed too. I'm like, damn, everywhere I go, it's a damn packed gym. Like, I wasn't nowhere, like, in basketball. But I go to the travel trial, the 6th grade travel trial, I remember. Mall. I'm like, am I at the right place? Nobody there. Like, I would say at least, like, 12 kids. I'm like, oh, okay, this is exclusive. Like, this is like, okay, all right, I get it now. So I get there. I remember I just didn't fit in, like, fitting in at all. I was like, and like the stuff we were doing, like it's like nothing I've never seen in a rec practice or a rec trial. Rec practice, rec trial, or rec game. I'm like, okay, this is probably where Donovan and Joey play. This is why they're so ahead of me in some stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, all right, I really need to practice more because after the 6th grade travel team, I'm like, yo, I probably bombed this. Like, this is like not going good for me. Like, he ends up telling us and everything. I made the team. My mom finally gave in. So after I went to the 6th grade rec trial to where I just going through a travel, I was like, this is a piece of cake. By far the best. Even guys I played with high school with remember how good our women's travel team was. We were nice. Travel team. Probably one of the best teams I ever played on. We just had, like, I was probably the only new guy that came. And once I got the hang of stuff, we just clicked the game fast too, right? Pick up the game fast. Our team was me and then Lorenzo at center. 2 point guards, I guess Cam and Jimmy, and then we were just rolling. Like it was just easy for us, right? And we were blowing everybody out, right? Blowing everybody out. I mean everybody. And once I was playing those travel games, it became even more easier. Like I'm like, yo, so this is rec, this is travel. Like, oh, so once I get to the rec game, I got to try stuff, and I used to pull out new moves. They'd be like, whoa. And then Coach Ron, which was one of the assistant coaches on the travel team, was my head coach for the rec team. So he used to see, try this, try that. Like, let me go free and roam free. I was showing out in rec. For being honest, I probably would have got MVP that year. If they directly gave MVP, I would have got it. I would have got it, bro. I was killing it.
Shut up, bro.
Our rec team was rolling. Our travel team was rolling. I felt like I think this was my prime. Like, I still was picking up the sport, so I was learning. But I was real in terms of winning. I think 6th grade was like a really good winning for me. I was winning a lot. I know how losing felt, which is the bad thing. I didn't know how losing felt, but this is the day I found out I need to get better and how losing feels. Right. So during the game, a guy with a camera. Again, right? We're playing. I see a guy with a camera. I think that's weird. I never saw a camera at my games before, right? I just noticed everything, right? Manny tells all of us, hey, you guys are beating everybody in your division, right? We're going to move you up a notch to play some kids around your same age group, right? Nobody older, right? These guys are the best in their division. Like, they're the best. This team is legit, right? Like, I'm like, oh, okay. We're thinking, like, just bring them. We beat everybody that we play. Like, it's about time. So we're like, we just beat everybody. They're like, no, this is the A team. Guys blew out by 30 the B team, right? On the A team. So he's telling us, he's like, oh, I expect y'all to win. Like, this team is like highly, like really saying like, what do you mean he doesn't expect y'all to win? He's your head coach. That's good and bad. That just kind of shows his honesty To be honest, that just shows how honest he was as a coach and how much of like a learning lesson he was trying to give us. Like, bro, like, don't come into this game expecting to blow somebody out, which we should have. Honestly, give us a reality check because we were kind of in our heads too. Right? Guys on our team was the same guys that I was competing with in high school, which you're going to see in like other parts of the basketball story, right? The same guys I was competing with in high school to like get spots and like just play together with and everything like that, right? We get on the court with these guys, bro. Could he even get the ball past half court? That probably was the worst beating I ever got in my life, bro. We couldn't even get the ball past half court. Like they just locked in. Like it was different. I don't know if it was so much like our skill level was bad or that skill level was just ahead of us. And that just shows you which program was kind of better at the time. Look, I am being honest here. I'm not gonna sit here and just cap about stuff. Which program was better at the time? Their program was a little bit better. They had their kids more ready. We probably were just not as skilled. I was not as skilled. Things I would do against other teams, easy. Like when it comes to them, it just was, they ate up on it. Like it's like they've seen that 1,000 times. Wow. Okay, this is the big leagues. And then after that game, after getting spanked, I had the heart. I wasn't afraid, and we were fighting, but we just didn't have the skill. That game, my dad was telling me, he was like, I have the heart, the physicality, but you just don't have the skill. And you need to get your skill right. Even make a high school, or next year was the middle school basketball team. So you might not make the high school or middle school, or even the middle school basketball team, because middle school was a tough tryout too, I was hearing about. So he was like, you might not make both. So we gotta get your skill right this summer or you just gonna get left in the dust. And there was no guarantee I was gonna get taller or anything like that. So this is basically where I'm gonna leave the story. If y'all want a part 2 to do already, that North Brunswick team, 6th grade basketball team, Ion, Jaquan, Corey, Will, Ty, they beat the brakes off us. To everybody on my 6th grade travel team, 6th grade rec team. Rec team, we went to the championship and we lost. We didn't play to like the standard that we should have played. Another fun thing about rec was that the players that you would play with on travel, you would play against them in rec. So that was a good chance for you to like prove yourself a little bit. Like 6th grade travel team, even though we lost in Brunswick, which was the big dog, which was out of our division even, we won Central Jersey, beat that team easy. Championship too, we won Gibbs Cup, which is like you play around your city. I think I mentioned literally everything I could have mentioned. Like, y'all like, I'm out.
I was so complacent, I needed spaceship. Cause I'm going places that's really spacious. Used to be hated, but now I'm favorite. Cause I got the flavor, they love it, baby. They say I'm the savior, but I can save you.